And this is part 5 of 5, and it's about communication and ethics. It's fairly small and sweet, but it's important messages. Pay attention to it, please. So when you're thinking about communicating your results, and I urge you all to think about that, you should ask who, you might want to ask yourself and other group members the following. Who is asking the question? For example, is it someone who is worrying about adaptation to climate change? So is it a decision maker? Is it your family? They might have different needs. Is it other scientists? Is it your supervisor? Is it senior politicians? So think about who is asking the question and try and understand what they want to know. So start with that. Think about who is getting the information. And also think, when do they want to know it by? So if someone wants an answer tomorrow, it's counterproductive for you to give them a really high quality answer which takes days of research, because by the time you've done it, it will be too late. So sometimes you need to trade off, say, well presented versus timely. So think about that. So think about those questions and work out the best way to communicate what you have found. So especially for these studies, we're hoping that we'll get you a way of thinking about this particular problem. And then when you're writing about this or when you're talking to others, I think you have to remember scientific ethics. Avoid over-inference. Event attribution studies are on a single event or selected set of events. So don't draw conclusions for all events. Fairly standard science. We've done the study on one event, that's useful, but it may tell us a little bit about events of that type, but we probably can't go from that to infer, say, extreme precipitation everywhere in the world. So we need to not draw conclusions for all events. We need to be quite careful about how we do that. Be clear in your communication to whoever, how the question was framed. Be clear about your assumptions and be clear about your caveats. That's the end of my talk. I would like to say I hope you enjoy the workshop. I'm looking really forward to working with you in these really odd times. It feels very strange to be recording this rather than delivering this live to an audience. I'm looking forward to meeting you.